Strawweight division. Josh Watson versus Ruben Roundstone. Our tale of the tape is presented by Forged Irish Stout.
Big fellas showing 2-inch height advantage for Roundstone, but weight almost exactly the same, reach exactly the same. This is going to be a huge fight for these two big fighters.
Josh Watson told us, I believe Ruben Roundstone may take himself to the ropes to try to bait me in. I have to be careful on his rope-a-dope tactics. Round number 1. Blue trunks for Ruben Roundstone, black trunks for Josh Watson. And immediately taking himself to the ropes, as Watson thought, is Ruben Roundstone. A tight striking guard.
Watson trying to land that Starling shot.
Right hand, and that drops Ruben Roundstone.
I mean, Roundstone cannot stand there and take these punches from Watson.
Up at 9 is Ruben Roundstone. The conversation with Dan Mergliata, and we fight on. Roundstone is cut, right back to it. Duck under from Watson. Blood now streaming down the face of Ruben Roundstone. 1:15 remaining, round number 1. Again, taking himself to the ring ropes as Watson thought he would, is Ruben Roundstone.
Ruben cannot stand back and try and block.
Overhand right, knockdown number 2.
This is going to keep happening. Watson's an animal. Watson hits so hard. Roundstone cannot continue to take those shots.
Again, up at 9 as he did on the first knockdown is Ruben Roundstone. Now a medical timeout. There's Dr. Don Mutsi. The clearance from Dr. Mutsi. Round number 1 will continue. Sporting touch of hands.
Roundstone needs to use more motion. He can't keep backing straight. Continue to turn left, right, grab.
Another big right hand from Watson. And again, Roundstone taking himself to the ropes. This is by design, and that's by design. A hard right hand to the body produces knockdown number 3.
Roundstone needs to wait till the end of this round, regroup. He has to clinch his opponent. He has to get on his bike and move.
Roundstone trying to do the rope-a-dope. It is not working, as you see, with knockdown number 4. That's the end of the fight. Phenomenal power display and victory for Josh Watson.
That was an easy fight for Watson, just because Roundstone continued to go to the ropes. You cannot let an animal like Josh Watson hit you. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how good a body you think you have as far as being able to take those power shots. Watson's an animal.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliata, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 42 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Josh "Stay Down" Watson.
And Watson proves one more time, this guy, when he touches you, he is going to hurt you. He's going to put you down.
To the bantamweight division we go. The numbers presented by Rasha for Roberto Armas versus Jeff Grady.
And you can see right here, Grady has a 5-inch height advantage. However, the reach exactly the same. So in my opinion, I don't think that height is an advantage. A smaller guy can get in, land those overhand rights. In my opinion, Armas does have the advantage in this tail of the tape.
I expect heavy forward pressure off of scratch to start this fight from Roberto Armas. I'm going to walk directly into his pressure. The bell, round number 1, but a slight step off of scratch for Roberto Armas. He's in the white trunks, coming forward in the green trunks, Jack Grady. Both fighters down, ruled a double slip immediately by referee Joe Coca.
Grady has got to control his emotion. From time to time, he loses his control out there. He cannot let that happen in this fight.
Hard on the inside comes Jack Grady. Roberto Armas timing on the counter, too. Jack left hook, pulling back the second left hand. Now the 1-2 from Jack Grady. Counter right hand from Armas. Armas now mocking Grady, waving him forward, lands the overhand left. Double jab attempt from Grady, resetting height, tight striking guard. 80 seconds remaining, round number 1. Blood across the left side of the neck of Jack Grady. Grady now into the clinch. Hard double over, snatched by Roberto Armas. 1:05 remaining, round number 1. Armas cut outside of his left brow. It's the blood of Armas on the neck of Grady. Grady a bit awkward on that entry. Tried to pull back the overhand left mid-flight and got caught with the left of Armas. Counter right hand from Roberto Armas. Armas looking to turn Grady. High tight striking guard again from Jack Grady on the roll under. Armas now targeting the body.
Armas is in stalk mode, looking very good and very comfortable and very relaxed.
Double jab from Grady, but off target. Armas again to the inside, left to the body. Overhand right. Long jab from Armas, pulled back the right hand. 20 seconds remaining, round number 1. Feint entry from Roberto Armas to the body. Armas now in full stalking mode. Armas looking to play all offense. Grady playing defense, trying to turn it to offense, looking to counter. But big shots, and that drops Jack Grady.
What was that movement for Grady?
Grady up at 8, and now waving forward Roberto Armas. Late here in round number 1.
I mean, you can look at Armas, he's happy.
Joe Coca starts round number 2. Literally running forward off of scratch to start the second round into the clinches. Jack Grady, both fighters on the canvas. We started round 1 with the double slip. We start round number 2 with the double slip. Counter right to the body. Good turn from Armas. Grady now coming forward off the jab. Turn from Grady, from southpaw to orthodox, left hand, right hand. Armas trying to time Grady's stance switch in the gap. Grady back to ortho, there's the left hand. Overhand right from Grady. Left hand knockdown number 2 produced by Roberto Armas in this fight.
Same thing we just talked about. Grady's ducking, he's covering, but he's not seeing what his opponent is throwing. You're gonna get knocked down almost every time when you get hit.
Off the canvas, running forward is Jack Grady. Grady on the duck under, Armas to the body, and that's ruled a slip by Joe Coca. Right back to it. Feint jab, that was clever on the 1-2 from Armas. Again, the high tight striking guard, to the body goes Roberto Armas. Armas now on the uppercuts.
Grady can't stay in that spot. That's his worst time is when he stands right there. If he's throwing punches and he's trying to use that jab, he's better.
That is knockdown number 3. Here's the mandatory 8 count from Joe Coca to Jack Grady. Grady wants to continue. Coca will let him continue. There's a big uppercut. That's the 4th knockdown of this fight. The 3rd here in round 2. Grady again off the canvas. The 10-second clack. Overhand left. Ruled as a slip by Joe Coca. Officially 3 knockdowns, 2 slips here in round number 2. Overhand right. We move to round 3.
And Grady very fortunate with those 2 slips. I could have seen those being called a knockdown.
The bell, round number 3. 4-0 on the knockdown count. All in favor of Roberto Armas. Jack Grady still in this fight, but taking more big body shots from Roberto Armas. Left hand to the head, getting through a jab. Right hand to the body. Credit Jack Grady, still firing back, but taking an onslaught now as that produces the 5th knockdown of Grady in this fight.
And you can see the look of frustration on Grady's face. He has to stop covering up. He has to get offensive. He needs to start trying to land some hard shots if he wants to have any chance at winning this fight.
Grady has been knocked down 5 times in this fight, of course, Chris. All 5 times he's gotten off the canvas to run forward into the pocket at Armas. It's usually the other way around. The fighter on the good end of the knockdown runs forward, but it's been Grady running forward. Credit to Jack Grady showing his heart. Roberto Armas right now is on point. No one has won anything yet, but more big shots for Armas. He may have won it there, and he did. Victory number 3 at BKFC with emphasis for Roberto Armas.
Just put on pressure the entire fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee at charge, Joe Coca, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute, 3 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Roberto El Gallo Negro Armas.
And yet another performance for Armas. It looked cool, calm, collective. Led from beginning to end, just complete control of the ring tonight.
In the cruiserweight division, Bryant Acheson versus Joseph Creer. You see the numbers, they're presented by 7 Sip Coffee.
Sean, I've been looking forward to this fight. What is height difference? only a 2-pound weight difference. Reach exactly the same, fist size similar. These two guys are very talented, very exciting. This is going to be a fantastic fight.
Joseph Creer told us, I have to establish my reach very quickly. My jab is absolutely my key punch in this fight. Round number 1. Red, white, and blue trunks for Bryant Acheson, black trunks for Joseph Creer. Immediately on the outside, exactly where he wants to be is Joseph Creer. Creer from southpaw, as you see Acheson from the orthodox stance.
Creer has done so well when he's been able to control the reins and fight when he wants to fight.
Acheson subtly looking for the entry. Creer staying on the outside by design. There's the entry right back out for Creer. Acheson though in full stalking mode. There's the duck under. Right hook just off the mark. There's the left hand on the entry. Creer right back out. Left hand off the mark. Push away to create space from Acheson.
Creer has got to be careful. He's ducking that head. If he gets hit with one of those punches he doesn't see, he's in trouble.
There's the right hand getting through from Acheson. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Creer circling out to his right. Now resetting on the outside to the inside. This is exactly where Acheson wants to be. Creer with this step in left hand. Naked left hand again from Joseph Creer. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1. We are at 205 pounds. Acheson coming forward once more. There's the duck under from Creer, left hand. That was clever. Left hand again. Creer trying to time that naked left hand. Thrown quickly from range from southpaw. Duck under again. Big swings though from Acheson. And on the entry, good duck under from Bryant Acheson. Right hand. Acheson couldn't fully turn it over. Acheson pulling back that right hand mid-flight.
It's that head movement of Creer that's given Acheson so much problems.
The 10-second clock acknowledged as such by referee Andrew Glenn. Very even, competitive round number 1. Two outstanding 205ers as we move to round 2. Confirmation, round number 2 is upon us. Round number 2 started as such by referee Andrew Glenn. Immediately taking the outside as he wants to be, Joseph Creer. Creer on the outside, crisp, but trying to step forward ever so slightly from round 1 to round number 2. Creer trying to turn up the pressure from the outside.
It just looks as if Creer could see the punches coming.
Acheson on the 1-2 just off the mark. Slight swelling now under the left eye, Bryant Acheson. 25 remaining, round 2. Big exhale on the reset from Creer, now coming forward to the body. Acheson, good sequence. Good elusiveness from Creer on the right hand. Acheson coming forward again trying to target the body of Joseph Creer. Another big exhale from Bryant Acheson.
Creer being so elusive and hard to hit. Acheson starting to get tired by throwing so many powerful shots.
Slight trickle of blood now under Acheson's left eye. Acheson continuing to come forward. Creer staying on his bike, staying elusive. 1-2 again, there's the duck under to the inside, outside. That right hand getting through from Bryant Acheson. Creer took it exceedingly well, then duck under again from Creer. Creer's duck unders, his slips, his roll throughs look like a 135 or 145 or not a 205er.
That's why he's so difficult to hit.
Acheson's power, his physique, well, that seems more like a heavyweight. There's a big right hand on the entry from Bryant Acheson.
Acheson has to start hitting the body. You're not going to hit the head of Creer as he's dodging, as he's dipping.
10-second clock laid here in round number 2. Huge right hand against the ropes and ruled a knockdown by referee Andrew Glenn.
And that's the correct call. The ropes saved Creer from getting knocked down.
Mandatory 8 now given to Creer by Glenn. The bell will ring right after this assessment. That ends round 2. Both fighters up to scratch, 3 feet apart. Round number 3 underway. Start of rounds 1, 2, and now 3. Joseph Creer off of scratch, pulling back at range. That's most definitely by design for Joseph Creer. Acheson trying to work to the mid-range. He told us he wanted to stay on the outside of Creer's lead foot, but then explode in with his power punches. On the left hand. Left to the body, that was hard from Creer. And to the body right back from Acheson. Acheson loading up the right hand. Chest to chest on the entry from Joseph Creer. Chris, we're seeing the pattern of Creer out, exploding in, then right back out.
Does a masterful job of stepping outside that foot, and when he's inside, he does a good job of clinching, lands that left hand of the body.
There's a good counter, too, from Acheson. Acheson again on the right hand. Now Acheson exactly where he wants to be. Right hand just off the mark. Another right hand from Acheson as he walked through the right hand of Creer. Acheson to the body, cleverly in with power.
And that's what Acheson needs to do. Go to the body. You can't miss the body. You can miss the head.
Overhand right. More big shots now from Brian Acheson. Referee Andrew Glenn stepping in to take a closer look at that last sequence. 30 seconds remaining, round number 3. Overhand right, then the left hand from Creer. Acheson resetting after being taken momentarily off the striking line. Back with the jab, but that's off target. Overhand left to the body goes Joseph Creer. These are two very skilled fighters. Acheson forward again. Big right hand from Acheson. Walk down pressure now. Closing stages, round number 3 from Brian Acheson. We move to round 4. Medical timeout called before we start round number 4. Dr. Don Mutzi, the assessment is the left eye of Brian Acheson that Mutzi is looking at. Clearance from Dr. Don Mutzi, and now round number 4. Andrew Glenn calling both fighters back up to scratch. Round number 4 underway. Snap jab from Creer from range. Creer has been extremely elusive to this point in the fight, Chris. But when power shots have been landed, they have been landed by Brian Acheson, including latter stages of round number 2, which has produced thus far the lone knockdown in this fight.
But Creer is the faster fighter. He's throwing crisp, clean punches, doing a very good job.
Creer just shook his head no at Brian Acheson. Creer came forward now on the backward step. In and out goes Joseph Creer. Continual forward stalking pressure goes Brian Acheson. Clever to the body with the left hand. Great creativity from both fighters. Very intelligent punch selection. There's a right hand through from Acheson. Didn't fully land. Creer turned his head effectively. 55 seconds remaining, round 4. Left to the body. There's that creativity. Naked left hand to the body by Creer.
We're trying to utilize that speed, that accuracy, throwing a lot of body punches. I'd like to see Acheson go to the body a little bit more.
Duck under by Creer, the push away from Acheson. 35 seconds remaining, round 4. Creer off the mark with the overhand left. Forward pressure again from Brian Acheson. More swelling under Acheson's left eye. That mouse is getting bigger and bigger. Right hand off the mark. Creer on the outside. Jab off the mark from Joseph Creer. Step in right hand out there from Acheson. The bell, we move to the 5th and final round. This is a phenomenal crowd here. Sturgis, South Dakota, jam-packed BKFC 63. 5th and final round of this cruiserweight bout. Two of the top 205ers of BKFC, Brian Acheson versus Joseph Creer. Shuffle right hand for Creer. Acheson with the 1-2. Acheson naked 2. Duck under from Creer on the entry. Hard overhook held by Acheson. That gets the separation from Andrew Glenn. Acheson just looked at his right hand on the separation. See deeper and deeper swelling under Acheson's left eye.
Acheson always looking to land that powerful right hand, but Creer's circling, making it difficult for him to land it.
Left hand, double left hook from Acheson. Jab not getting through from Creer. Trying to step forward. Acheson now resetting in the center circle. Jab of his own. There's the right hand, left hand from Creer. 55 seconds remaining, fifth and final round. To the body goes Creer. Just in the feint step again to turn it. Knockdown number 2.
That can totally change this fight. 2 knockdowns. That makes it very, very difficult for Creer to win this fight. He has to get a knockdown of his own.
Closing stages of this fight. Chris, as you just said, that was a massive knockdown for Bryant Acheson. 15 seconds remaining in this bout. Acheson coming for another big right hand. Right hand again. Huge shots as well. Left hand right hand to the body. More big shots. Counter right hand. Creer stepping into the pocket. Another right hand stepping right hand to the bell. One after the bell, and that ends this fight.
Very impressed with Creer's ability to take down shots with some bombs.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside have scored this fight 49-44, 50-43, and 49-44 to the winner by unanimous decision. Defiant Bryant Acheson!
And at his first fight at 205, you can see he learned a lot. He understands his weight class. He was a heavyweight, Sean. Now he's a contender at 205.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former UFC lightweight and featherweight champion and co-owner of the BKFC, Mr. Conor McGregor. Conor, you know, you've sold out a lot of places, you've been to a lot of big arenas, but have you ever been somewhere like Sturgis, South Dakota for Rally Week, baby?
What's more badass than bare knuckle and American rock and roll? Nothing, baby, that's what. Look at the fights we've just had. Look at the fights still to come. Cyrus, my man, look out into the crowd. This is the baddest plot of land in all of the USA today. And I had to come for a taste. Thank you all so much for your support. I hope you're having a great night here at the bare knuckle fighting. And here, take off the gloves and fight. There's nothing like bare knuckle.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the notorious Conor McGregor.
Set now for our feature fight of the evening. In the light heavyweight division, Josh Dyer versus William Albrecht. Our tale of the tape is presented by OnlyFans.
And Albrecht with a 3-inch height advantage, but also a 4-inch reach advantage. And he has to utilize that, because when Josh Dyer gets into the pocket, when he lands those power shots, nobody's been able to stop it. So powerful, devastating knockout power. Dyer wants to get inside and land those power shots.
Josh Dyer told us, my only real concern with my opponent, William Albrecht, is his reach, but I won't stay on the outside, so his reach will not matter. Round number 1, black and gold trunks for Josh Dyer, black trunks for William Albrecht.
First thing I see is Dyer's got that chin up in the air, needs a ducker.
Overhand right from Dyer. Threw it big just off the mark. Albrecht on the outside from the jab. Again, Dyer told us he would be diversionary in his entries, straight and then angling. Dyer right now on the outside, right hand on the counter, and that drops William Albrecht.
Explosiveness, power, he talked about it, he delivered.
Here's the mandatory 8 count given to William Albrecht by Dan Mergliotta. Dyer forward now to the center circle with a smile on his face. Albrecht forward again, left hand, looking to counter, goes on a huge counter. Well done! A massive win in his home state of South Dakota for Josh Dyer.
What do we say? Scary possibilities, but this guy's starting to work on being more powerful. That's been his best attribute.
Here in his home state of South Dakota, phenomenal power from Josh Dyer.
Just a counter right hand. Didn't even really land clean. Didn't plant his feet. I don't know many guys who can back up, land a right hand, and put somebody out the way he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Murgliata, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 46 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Josh D-Day Dyer!
Josh Dyer is going to be a problem for anybody in this weight class. He put everybody on notice. At that point, you could not get touched by this guy or you're going to go to sleep.
In the heavyweight division, Josh Burns versus Sam Shoemaker. The numbers for our co-main are presented by Grunt Style Apparel.
Shoemaker with a 3-inch height advantage, 2.5-inch reach advantage. Shoemaker definitely wants to stay outside, utilize that reach. Josh Burns has got power in both hands. If he gets inside, he does damage.
There is respect, there is even friendship, but these are two of the most powerful punchers in BKFC history. Both men will go all out in our co-main event, the bell round number 1. Red, white, and blue trunks for Sam Shoemaker, black trunks for Josh Burns.
And Shoemaker not having any tape on his hands, just on the wrist.
Under the unified rules, the wraps have to be 1 inch below the knuckle. They can be down as long as there is a wrap, and you see that very unusual wrist wrap for Sam Shoemaker. Basically a bare hand.
Burns hurt his knee.
Time called out by referee Andrew Glenn.
That could be a huge problem if he cannot plant on that right foot. That's where the power comes from, to show that right hand.
There's Dr. Damuzzi, Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, with the assessment.
Please don't let this fight end due to injury.
Damuzzi asking Josh Burns bounce up and down, the agility test, and we will continue. Time in.
Burns with complete belief in that power, needs to land a shot, even if the foot is hurt, the knee.
See the wide open striking guard of Sam Shoemaker by design. Burns with a big right hand. Burns coming forward again. Shoemaker looking to counter. Hard left jab from Josh Burns.
You just see that power difference. Every time Burns lands a shot, it's doing damage.
Overhand right, there's the counter. Burns coming forward.
I wonder if Burns can push off the back foot to get into range. He might just wait to counter the entire time.
Shoemaker on the naked 2 entry, it wasn't there. Definitely blocked by Burns. Burns mirroring the hips of Sam Shoemaker, who's staying on his bike. You see the lateral movement, hard jab again from Josh Burns. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. Overhand right again. Shoemaker is trying to time that punch.
It almost looked like Burns is a sitting target because I'm not sure if he can move fast off that right foot.
Duck under from Josh Burns. Shoemaker staying on the outside, exactly where he wants to be. Shoemaker trying to explode him with the jab, and the up jab wasn't there. The idea was Burns holding center circle. There's the big right hand, and the left hand to follow from Shoemaker. See the upper body movement of Josh Burns.
Burns is just waiting to counter. He has to wait for Shoemaker to come in so he can get into range.
Jab again from Shoemaker. That was the entry from Burns. Left hook just off the mark from Shoemaker. There's the right hand. The bell, and that ends round number 1.
The only way he can counter is if he does like a Josh Dyer and counter off his back foot. It's hard to hurt an opponent doing so.
Round number 2 underway. Again, as he did through much of round number 1, Josh Burns taking center circle. Shoemaker circling to his left. Shoemaker again, you see the wide open striking guard. Shoemaker and Burns now talking.
I think the eye of Burns is cut.
Burns is cut under his left eye. 90 seconds remaining, round number 2. Shoemaker sitting on that overhand right, trying to time it. Jab to the body, Burns now coming forward. There's the step off left hand from Shoemaker, that was clever. Overhand right again, you see Sam Shoemaker, Chris, trying to time that big overhand right.
Gave his opponent a chance to throw that counter right, but luckily for Shoemaker, Burns missed.
Burns trying to time and then counter of his own, couldn't find it. 55 seconds remaining, round 2.
Burns just mirroring his opponent's hips, but he's not able to push off and get inside.
Still slight stalking pressure from Josh Burns. Doubling his jab, Sam Shoemaker from range. See the smear of blood across the face of Josh Burns, emanating from the cut under his left eye. Jabbed in the hook jab from Burns, not there, but it definitely took Shoemaker off his striking line. Naked 2 pulled back mid-flight, thrown by Josh Burns. Doubling his jab, Sam Shoemaker not there. Talked about the respect. Personally and professionally, a lot of respect for each other's power. I think that's why we're seeing this, Chris.
100%. Both guys know that if they get hit clean, this fight's going to be over.
He's now behind his right cheek. Sportsmanship from Shoemaker, pulling back that punch just before the bell that ends round number 2. Call of knuckle up emphatically from referee Andrew Glenn. Round number 3 underway. Forward off of scratch, Josh Burns.
That's exactly what Burns needs to do. He needs to get into his range and unload punches. He can't stand out and wait for Shoemaker to initiate the shots.
In our fighter meeting, Sam Shoemaker said emphatically, my jab is absolutely my key to victory. He feels it sets up with that big overhand right. There's the jab, the overhand right. Burns to the inside. Separation quickly from Andrew Glenn. You see our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
See, almost doubling up is Shoemaker throwing, landing 9 more punches.
He's missing with the entry left.
Tell the corner of Josh Burns, tell him that right hand is there. You need to get in the range. You need to get closer. You need to land that punch if you're going to win this fight.
Burns still holding center circle. Shoemaker still moving to his left. There's the entry right to the body from Josh Burns. 40 seconds remaining, round 3. Shuffle step from Shoemaker. Find a better angle on the outside from his right. Good left hand on the long jab from Burns. Burns trying to cut the ring. There's the right hand, the left hand from Shoemaker lands. The hook, big right hand. Hard goes Burns, there's the counter from Shoemaker.
So if there was any question about Shoemaker's chin, they're being answered. He's taking some massive shots.
10-second clack, very late here in round number 3. Next up, round 4. Start of round number 4. This is our co-main event of the evening in the heavyweight division. Josh Burns versus Sam Shoemaker, the rematch. Two fighters continue to talk. Slight exhale from Burns on the reset. Burns to the body. Shoemaker trying to get his jab going.
Burns' hands are so low. That's why he keeps getting hit with those jabs. He needs to put the hands up a little bit higher. Look how low those hands are. He's inviting his opponent to throw.
Through that right hand with power, didn't fully land. Shoemaker now talking to Burns.
You see, round by round, Shoemaker landing more head strikes each and every round. Almost doubling up his opponent.
Hand on the entry. Shoemaker pointing at Burns, talking to him.
He continues to talk. And these guys didn't have to have much animosity going in, but Sam's definitely in his head right now.
1-2 from Burns. It's just diversionary to try to get Shoemaker to move. 30 seconds remaining, round 4. Hook jab from Josh Burns. Hook jab again, right hand, overhand left. Good pull from Shoemaker, resetting now, bouncing his step.
Every now and again, you can see that Burns moves that knee. That's still giving him problems. I think that's the difference in this fight.
Shoemaker felt he errantly put a finger in the eye of Josh Burns. He apologized. Burns never complained. Fight on from referee Andrew Glenn. Final seconds, round number 4. Fifth and final round. Fast start off from scratch to start round number 5 from Sam Shoemaker.
He's listening to Conor.
There's the right hand from Shoemaker.
Giving Burns a chance, coming in, throwing power, opening yourself up. I love it.
Good footwork, shuffle step from Sam Shoemaker. Big overhand! There goes Josh Burns.
Burns just a sitting target.
7, 8. Fight. You see your head. Step over here. Protect yourself.
He continues to try to get in position, but I don't think that leg's gonna let him.
Throughout this fight, Sam Shoemaker has been trying to time that overhand right. He timed it beautifully. And that right now stands as the low knockdown in this fight.
When Sam Shoemaker gets off first and lands that right hand, he's a problem. He has to believe it, he has to throw it more often.
1-1-2. 50 seconds remaining in our co-main. Double jab from Shoemaker. Snap jab on the step back. 35 seconds remaining in this fight. Burns still coming forward. Open-chested stance now for Josh Burns. Shoemaker pulling back the overhand right, does so again. There's the double jab entry from Josh Burns.
He's throwing the jab, but he's got
Big
it.
overhand right. And it's very low for Sam Shoemaker on the outside. Two fighters continue to talk. Burns to the mid-range overhand right again from Shoemaker. The bell and the end of our co-main. And there's the respect, there's the friendship between Josh Burns and Sam Shoemaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside are all in agreement at 49-45 to the winner by unanimous decision, Sam the Hillbilly Hammer Shoemaker!
For the BKFC Women's Strawweight title, the champion Britain Hart versus Taylor Starling. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Almost mirror images, exact same height, 1 inch reach difference, almost exact same weight, fit, size. These girls are exactly the same on tail of the tape. Who can implement the game plan, gonna win this fight, Sean.
The moment at hand, our BKFC 63 main event for the BKFC Women's Strawweight title. The champion Britain Hart versus Taylor Starling, the challenger. Both women up to scratch. Round number 1. Cheetah print trunks for the champion Britain Hart. Black and yellow trunks for Taylor Starling. Fast start up from scratch for both. Long straight punches forward from Hart. Starling long on the jab. 1-2, then the hook into the clinch. Hart on the entry. Counter right hand. The clinch, Chris. Hart going to the head, Starling going to the body. There's the 1-2, counter right hand from Hart. Heavy into the clinch once more.
One thing I love about this fight, both these girls are very confident they're gonna win the fight.
Big right hand lands from Hart. 120 remaining, round number 1. Entry left hand, right hand from Britain Hart. To the inside, Hart to the body, then to the head. Starling counter with the left. Big right hand to the clinch. Overhand right from Britain Hart as Starling was throwing rights to the body.
Britt is just stalking her opponent at this point.
There's the left hand back to the clinch. Overhand right from Hart on the separation.
It's in those clinches, it's in those mixes that Hart is in that hard right hand.
Hart forward off the 1-2, the duck under, turning the right hand.
Really fighting home for that right hand.
4 punches from Taylor Starling now on the turn. To the clinch, there's a separation from Dan Mergliata, right back to it. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our main event. Diversionary up jab from Britain Hart. Starling big on the overhand right. Britain Hart forward again. Hart with the head movement. Counter left hand from Britain. Hart. Taylor Starling with the right hand. Hart with the left hand. Stagger now is Taylor Starling to the body. Goes Britain Hart. Final seconds, round number 1.
Britain Hart just coming forward with reckless abandonment, but landed hard shots.
Both fighters having their moments here in round number 1. Left hand after the bell. And that ends the opening round. Round number 2. Starling taking herself off of scratch, circling out immediately. Taking herself to the outer portions of the BKFC ring. Britain Hart by design in the center circle. 1-2 just off the mark for the champion Britain Hart. The challenger Taylor Starling staying elusive here early stages, round 2 on the outside. Both fighters, as you see in the orthodox stance. Naked 2 from Starling just off the mark. Slight cut above the left brow on the face of Britain Hart. Stalking pressure now from Hart. There's the long jab from Starling. Step from Taylor Starling. 2-1 from Britain Hart. Two off the mark. There's the right hand getting through from Britain Hart.
Starling trying to utilize that movement, stay on the bike, make Britt come forward, and then counter with combinations.
The body to the inside right hand from Taylor Starling. Hart walking through it, coming forward off the jab. Long jab now from Britain Hart. You see the head movement. Starling circling out, looking for a better angle. There's the right hand getting through. Starling landed in that sequence, so did Hart. 35 seconds remaining, round 2. Long jab from Taylor Starling. To the body, Hart to the head, right hand getting through from Taylor Starling. Britain Hart walking through that again. 25 seconds remaining, round 2. Chris, you see this stalking movement of Britain Hart.
She's doing a great job of stalking, staying in front of her opponent's hips, but Taylor Starling's landing some good shots in this round.
Starling landed, Hart landed in reply. 10-second clack, acknowledged by Dan Mergliata. Again, both fighters continue to land, have their moments, but largely through round 2. The forward pressure belongs to the champion Britain Hart. Next stop, round 3.
I guarantee we have a very excited Ty Emery watching this, wanting to be the next challenger.
Again, there's that stalking pressure. We've seen a lot of that from Britain Hart in rounds 1 and 2. Chris, you and I both know that in very even rounds, so often that matters to judges. Who is pushing forward? It's not always right, but it's often evident.
You see Starling throwing more punches, however,
there's a right hand on the inside.
Hart landing at a higher rate.
A jab from Taylor Starling. Hart looking for the entry on the right hand. Starling looking to counter. There's the step away jab from Taylor Starling. Big right hand on the entry to the inside, now on the turn. Starling to the body, and the separation from Dan Mergliata. 5 remaining, round 3. Blood flowing freely now. Cut on the face of Britain Hart, outside of her left brow.
Sean, sometimes in a close round, the judges see that blood. That's a deciding factor. But Britt, she's just stalking her opponent, staying in front of the hips the entire time.
There's the right hand, straight punches, now the turn. Starling into the clinch. Good defensive clinch by the champion Britain Hart to get the separation from Mergliata. Long straight jab from Taylor Starling. She's definitely stepped into that. See the active lead hand of Britain Hart. Using it to land, also using it to disrupt the movement of Taylor Starling. Starling on the backward step, resetting. 15 seconds remaining, round 3. Big overhand right. Again to the body, left hand getting through, another left hand on the right hand from Hart. Hart coming forward, another straight punch on the right hand into the clutch initiated by Starling. We're through 3 rounds. Conor McGregor, David Feldman showing their approval. Round number 4 underway. Again, immediate forward pressure from Britain Hart. She's done that now to start all 4 rounds, Chris.
Thinks she wants a establish that with the judges right away. I am stalking my opponent. I'm winning this fight.
Hart off the jab. Doubling your jab. There's the naked two from Taylor Starling. Starling to the jab. The fighters, eye-tight, disciplined striking guards. Left hand getting through.
You can see here Taylor Starling landing a few more punches each round. But is it the volume or is it the power? I mean, this is a very, very close fight.
Taylor on the overhand right from Taylor Starling, landed though on the left shoulder of Britton Hart. To the body with the right hand goes Starling. Hart showing the head movement, the upper body movement. Starling looking to counter off her back foot with the right hand. Because Britton Hart so busy now with her lead hand from that orthodox stance.
Doing a great job of throwing that jab, but Taylor Starling doing a good job of avoiding those punches and countering, landing hard shots of her own.
Starling now to the body, to the head, counter right hand from Britton Hart. These striking sequences continually, both fighters having their moments, both landing.
That's what's making this so difficult to judge.
Movement now of Taylor Starling off the jab. Starling on the 1-2 left hand, big left hand again from Taylor Starling. Now Britton Hart coming forward, there's the right hand. We move to the fifth and final round underway. Sporting touch of hands. And again, the forward pressure off of scratch through the center circle from Britton Hart. Starling on the right hand.
Starling having good straight 1-2s, making it difficult for Hart to get inside.
Starling tried to turn over the overhand right, pulled it back mid-flight. Hart looking for the 1-2. Get Britton Hart staying very, very active with her lead left hand. Not just jabs to land, but diversionary jabs throughout. Starling just missing the left hook. There's a long straight jab from Taylor Starling. Britton Hart on the level change to the body. The fighters in the center circle, there's the long jab. 70 seconds remaining, fifth and final round. Blood coming out of both nostrils on the face of Taylor Starling. 55 seconds remaining in this title fight. The feint.
So it might be whoever could land the best punch down the stretch, whoever could land that punch that hurts the other person, they can win this fight.
You saw the step-in jab from Taylor Starling. Now forward pressure from Britton Hart in reply. There's the right hand from Starling on the turn.
Britton Hart back.
Jab again from Taylor Starling. 25 seconds remaining in this fight. Overhand right just off the mark from Starling. Hart with the right hand. Hart coming forward again. The right uppercut from Britton Hart just off the mark. Hart again on the level change on the entry. Jab right back from Taylor Starling. Both fighters now will look for one more significant punch. There's the counter two from Britton Hart. To the body goes Hart. Starling on the jab. The bell and the end of this title fight main event. To end all suspense, here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one time for your main event. After completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at ringside scored the fight 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undisputed BKFC World Strawweight Champion, Britton Hart!
In our main event of the evening, the winner by way of unanimous decision, Britton Hart defeats Taylor Starling.